It'll be shipped by tomorrow or Friday. Friday the latest, but tomorrow's what I'm shooting for. Trying to get all these ribbons rolled up so I can put them in the tote I went and got. That way, just, you know, just getting stuff situated.
He's kind, he's very funny.
Putting the kids' clothes up that's out of sight so that we don't cry. You know, just organizing and cleaning. If I was to move, I wouldn't tell nobody. That's not happening, but, you know, I'm just saying.
Him having 6 girlfriends as long as they're okay with him doing whatever he does, I don't really see the issue.
That's right. Everybody, this is Danny. This is Nia and Avery.
Nice to meet you, Jamie. So do you, like, consider him your boyfriend, or do you consider them your girlfriends?
I'd be like, why does he need another one?
Girlfriends, but I'm pretty tight with these two.
Like, we have 6 already. Why do we need one more?
Americans under 64 are
I don't
entitled to
understand
one-time
that. 6
payment of
girlfriends?
$1,400 from the Obamacare program.
If you need help paying bills, you can claim a $1,400 living allowance through the Affordable Care Act. Only 12% of Americans have claimed this government benefit that gives them money every month. It's so easy. Here's how you can do it in 3 simple steps. 1, call the number at the
That's
bottom
weird.
of the screen.
I would consider that boyfriend. You consider me boyfriend? Yeah. Question though, would you be upset if either, like, it's not a thing where they're not, like, able to have other dudes?
I mean, it's up to everybody to do whatever they want to do. I don't like to put any expectations on anybody to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let people just kind of choose their own level of engagement, level of involvement, and then we just all kind of adjust.
Okay, so he don't care if they have boyfriends.
You guys, like, feel jealous and, like, you see
Like,
an affectionate for another.
Other than him.
You know, like,
So what are we really doing here, guys? Are we just friends? Are we in relationships? Are we cohabitating together? Are we married? Are we just, you know,
Like whatever's happening.
sexual? What in the world?
Like not my circus, not my monkey.
Because look,
But, you know, it doesn't
Hold
mean
on.
that jealousy doesn't happen.
Sometimes it's like what comes out is beautiful, and the girls just absolutely love each other, and they become like
here you go.
really cool.
Here's why. I don't know what I got. So I literally have a whole bag of ribbon, and if I spread all these out, I'm not going to be able to make, it's going to be everywhere, be a disaster. So I'm trying to roll all these up. This is how full it is. I can't even lift it to put them in here. So they're going to be in little bags, and they'll be organized. So this is my 1.5 inch solid colors. So I can just look at it and see what I got. So yeah, I'm going to put them in here. So they're going to be stacked up like that in my tote. That way I can... Now do y'all see why? They gave me all of my bow stuff. They didn't give me my Cricut, my sublimation, and I got my resin stuff and my bow stuff. I didn't get my sublimation or my Cricut stuff.
It's just perplexing to me how you have the time.
I asked Kevin to help me, and he won't. I mean, he will, but he says his fingers are too fat. So that's why I'm tired of just sitting here like, what ribbon do I have? And going and buying more when I have plenty. And I can make stuff, you know, like I can look right here and see, okay, I've got green and purple. I need some bigger bags like this.
I think a lot of people just think that because
But
they see
I feel like,
they just think that I'm just
no, I'm taking it to court. I feel like this will help me a lot more with knowing what I got while I'm in a hotel or while we're in the middle of a transition into a house. I will be able to just pull it out and be able to use it, tape it back. Because right now I can't, and it's just sitting over there wasting away. And when I go to the store, I'm like, I need ribbon. He's like, no, you don't. You don't need no ribbon. So I said, look, buy me two things of Ziploc bags, and I won't ask for anything else. I just need the Ziploc bag so I can do this. And then when I get back into my home, I can use my carts and stuff that I had for other things. So like I can just organize the rolls. I really don't like doing it this way, but in order for me to be successful and keep making different stuff to post on my website, And to keep my business flowing, I need different stuff, not just the same stuff all the time. So,
y'all think the states have been the
yeah, he's like, you don't need no more ribbon. I bought these the other day, and he was like, why? And I said, because I know I don't have these, because these are one of my number one sellers for the smiley face. So that's why. But yes, but I agree. I don't need any more ribbon for now. I need to make some stuff. I am getting a sewing machine. A friend's got one I'm going to borrow. Hopefully it can do embroidery. I'm going to try to learn it. I don't know if I'll be able to or not. If I can't learn her sewing machine, I'm going to just go buy one probably Friday, since they've got mine, so I can make scrunchies, dog bandanas, headbands, and bookmarkers, and a few more things. That way, if you don't have little girls, maybe you can get scrunchies or something from me, versus just going on there and, you know, buying something you can't use because you're trying to support me. So these are all my, got plaid and stuff, colors on them, like designs. This is all my solids so far. So that's why I'm doing it. I hope it makes more sense to you. I hope that y'all understand why I'm doing it. I want my business page to take off, my business page and my website to take off. I want my babies to come back and be like, Mom, you're doing so wonderful. You helped get a house and a car and get us, you know, paid a lawyer, and you've changed your life too. I want that. I want to be able to take them out to eat and go on vacations and do things. And I feel like by launching my website and just pushing it, and then pushing all my social medias, I'm going to go to Clapper, YouTube, probably a few of the other places that you subscribe to, because there's so many people on all the sites that, you know, people who don't use TikTok may use, what's that other one called that a lot of people use for, there's two of them. Stitch, something. The other one, and the one that starts with a P. I'm going to plan on doing those, and if nobody subscribes. It won't hurt nothing. And start planning out my days better. Start doing lives better. I am going to do a Bible questionnaire night, and whoever wins that night will get a giveaway, so that I can learn the Bible, and you can, the Patreon and the other one, the Stitch or whatever. I can't remember what it's called. Thank you. Is it Rel? That's pretty. Oh, I got another message from somebody. Twitch. That's right. Gosh, I can't remember it. That's right. Twitch, Patreon, Clapper, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm going to be trying to promote myself on all those pages too. Trying to get my business page grown on here. I plan on putting on my TikTok shop and on Etsy. So I should have 3 different places to buy from. Wish Upon a Star Creations, Etsy, and TikTok shop. I've got a few people that I wholeheartedly trust that's going to help me. I went and got my computer. If Natty comes back before 2 weeks, I'm going to return it. I do love it. Yesterday, I couldn't get back on the line to package because I was trying to get the printer hooked up to the laptop. So I will, if y'all order, I will be packaging on live though. I just didn't get to yesterday because I was in a hurry. I had to go get Kevin, and I was running out of time. So I wanted to go live and show you guys, but it'll just have to be today. It made it so easy. It made it so easy to be able to do what I needed on my phone while also being able to work. So, though I hated spending the money, so far it's alleviated a lot of my stress and my ability to not be able to do certain things. So, like, I could be doing tutorials with you guys on live. I could be like, anybody need tutorials for Cricut? And then if you say yes, thank you, Miss Teresa, for the hand finger heart. I can just make you a quick tutorial and show everybody on live. And then post it, you know. Yes, I've got to keep the receipt. It's on the box. It's my favorite color, too, so I just got the cheapest one. Kevin couldn't believe how much it was. I told him, he was like, He said, you're lying. I said, I don't lie. He said, well, I thought it'd be way higher than that. Here's what it looks like. It's pink. Just a plain Jane little one. With no drive or anything. So, and a mouse. And a mouse. That's all I got I got that, a bag of chips, the mouse, and the book bag for like $2.35. I was very surprised that it was as cheap as it was. I thought it was gonna be like $2.60. My last one, I had it for 3 years and really loved it because all I used it for was my business stuff. And then the kids didn't have a TV, and Neelan started using my laptop, and he put it on the bed one night and he kicked it, and he broke the screen. So it just wasn't worth paying to get the screen fixed because you got to pay $50 to even get it serviced, plus the parts to fix it. So it really wasn't worth fixing, truthfully. I've got another laptop that needs a hard drive. No, I don't get Chromebooks because Chromebooks don't work with Cricket. They might now, but back when I got my Cricket and I got my, maybe, no, I don't think it's Chrome. It's Windows. Yeah, Chromebooks don't work with Cricket. I got one before and I had to return it because it wouldn't work with my Cricket. So, and if they don't give me my stuff back and the judge don't rule in my favor, which I think he will, I'll have to buy me another press or another sublimation printer. Those are the two things that I want for sure. I really don't need a Cricut right now. I want mine back that I own, but if I can't get mine back right now, I'll probably wait a while to get another one, because truthfully, I really don't use my Cricut that much. I only use it for vinyl. And really, there's not a lot of people who want vinyl shirts anymore. They want the DTF, or they want sublimated or bleached, so I really didn't use my Cricut as much as I used to. I used to use it a lot. But I want it back because it cost money and it was a gift to me. So, but if something don't go right, I will be trying to re-get those things this year to get my business back on track. If I could do my sublimation right now, I could be doing earrings and doing keychains, because I have all my keychain stuff over here and I have all my resin stuff. All I lack is being able to put the image on the acrylic. I'm going to be on Etsy in the future. Hopefully when I get all this stuff situated that I'm doing today, I'm going to work on Etsy. So, does what hook up to my Cricut? Does this laptop hook up to my Cricut? Yes. That's why I said I won't be able to show you guys like tips like with the Cricut machine itself, but I can definitely make y'all tutorials with that laptop and my phone on how to do like slicing, how to do like welding, how to edit your designs in Cricut. I went and got the laptop mainly so that I can make Cricut tutorials, sublimation tutorials, and so that I can do my orders and Etsy with you guys' help. And if I get an order, I could go right over, print it on my computer, and pack it. I feel like it makes people want to. So getting to see the Walmart, it was $190, like $190 or $199, something like that. That I don't know what I was saying. Oh, I can be able to like promote Etsy, promote all the other stuff while being able to be live. So now I can battle all day if I want to. And then somebody orders and be like, I've got an order, order 13, are you here? And if they're here, I can be like, let's package number order 13. And I feel like it'll have people be more interested in my stuff instead of just directing them to the website. Everybody that I see that does the packaging on live, they have really good like views and really good lives. So I'm just trying to get better, grow bigger, get more income coming in from different sites and different ways, different methods, get my cleaning business off the ground. There's nothing holding me back now. If I could get my laminator they kept, I got a laminator and laminator sheets, I'd be doing my door hangers and be out putting door hangers up. But I'm thinking about just doing some plain Jane ones and going and doing it anyways. nothing holding me back. So if I could start cleaning while the kids are gone, that'd be more money to give, while they're gone, and more money to save. Then I could do my crafting business, on the side. When we're not busy, I could focus on battles and stuff. I just don't want to put all my eggs in TikTok in case they do ban TikTok. I've not yet, went out to other sites and tried to grow. I'm a couple hundred people away from being verified on Facebook. So I think I could really grow my Instagram and YouTube pretty quickly, and then offer Etsy and TikTok Shop for my product. So I'm excited. I'm excited to have three different ways to be seen for my business. I'm excited to go out and hopefully put my cleaning business, put my cleaning business in areas that isn't my hometown. And to get this going, to utilize this moment. My friend told me the other day this was my moment for making bank and for healing and recovering. And I'm going to look at it like that. I'm going to look at it like this is my recovery stage. The hardest of my life, but I feel like there's no reason or excuse to be like, I'm overwhelmed or I don't have the time, because I do. So it's up to me what I make out of it. I want the best for my children. They enjoy my business. They enjoy my TikTok. I ain't had no caffeine. No. I've got tea. This is all I drink, see? And I went and got me a coffee. I drank 2 sips. You got to understand. Listen, you got to understand. Imagine going from everybody being here all the time, just come and go, to just dead silence. If I don't, I get depressed and I sleep. So if I don't stand up and I don't talk, I get bored and I get sleepy, because it's depressing. Change the situation. So like the rain makes it even worse, because it makes it just dreary and depressing. So I get up and go live with you guys so that I'm not in the bed all day. I'm not letting the circumstance overwhelm me and consume me. I'm not going back instead of forward. I'm trying to go forward. So that's why I'm on here talking. You never know who's going to see you. You never know who's going to run across your page. You never know, what will happen from day to day when it comes to online. So I'm just trying to utilize that. I wasn't on here yesterday very much. I was on live in the morning, and then I didn't come back all day. So I'm here this morning a little later than I wanted to be. I wanted to be on earlier, but I slept, and that's why. But you got to understand that the days either go by really slowly or really fast, and there's no in between. So, but, I've already done like 10 or more ribbons in this amount of time. So I'm going to spend the next few hours doing this so that once I get all my stuff gathered and situated the way I want it, it won't be so hard to craft, and I won't have an area everywhere. So that's what I'm doing. I figured as long as we have to. We may bounce around different places, but as long as we have to. I don't think staying with family is going to be a good idea, because no two families can live in a house together. It doesn't matter who you are. They eventually butt heads. They disagree on things. There's, fog or hostility that develops because, two families living together doesn't work. So I just don't see any person us being able to go stay with until we get a house that would be positively a better or a positive. I feel like, we're necessarily paying for a hotel. It's outrageous, but we're not going to get privacy, get space to talk, space, if we choose to be intimate, which we haven't. I think we're both just kind of like stuck on, we want to get married, but he can't get off of work, and we got to get his birth certificate to do so. So it's like we don't want to touch each other and be against God's wishes, but we've already touched each other to have 2 kids. So it's like, do we keep forgiving for our out of wedlock or out of marriage intercourse, and continue just asking for forgiveness, or do we just stop and not be celibate until we get married? We're just stuck. It's like with Bill, we have an attraction to each other, but with all this going on, we're trying to just spiritually be better, you know? So, you know, I don't know how it's going to be when it finally happens. Just stuck, you know. We don't know if we're doing right by staying intimate, you know, and it just, I don't know. Like, we'll peck each other, you know, but like intimacy, it's been a minute. Been since the house. Which isn't good.
The twins have a lot of shared experiences being so close.
I know.
If you're currently paying for a subscription to a doorbell camera,
like, we won't even go out to eat with each other which is the time we could, but we just go pick up whatever we're getting and come back because we're stressed.
In the US. This compact magnetic camera can be easily attached to
And that's what DCS said. They just want us to have a good comeback. They want us to have, you know, more in life, more, be better off. And, you know, it's just, you don't know who you really have around you that supports you until something like this happens. So, thank goodness it's all worked out amazingly. And I think that the children will be so happy where they're going. But I still pray they can get over the trauma that's happened, because they've never went through these emotions before to know what they feel like. Natty's little counselor told me that, her foster care counselor told me that she cried the whole time they talked, and said she cried with her. She said, I usually don't cry. She said, but she had me crying. She said, I don't know why this happened. It doesn't seem like it's right. And I said, no, it isn't. And she said, well, I'm sorry. And she's printing her off some pictures. And she talked to the foster mom. The foster mom was under the impression that we couldn't talk to Natty. So we never had her foster mom's number. We still could talk to her, though, through text message, but we didn't talk to her in person. So the counselor told me, she said, I'm going to get that situated because y'all are supposed to be able to talk to her this whole time. I said, yes, I know we've talked to the boys, but not her. Because here's what I told Kevin. See, even though 70% of calls are bullcrap, there is 30% of calls that are needed. And those children are children that don't get fed. They make their own bologna sandwich. They make their own ramen. They make their own bainis. They make whatever they have available. Peanut butter sandwiches, mayo sandwiches, eggs. They make whatever they can to get by. They come in with wholly ripped clothes, dirty fingernails, hair all over the place, sometimes smelling, not having anything in their possession. So to see children that walk in together, a $1,200, $1,500 iPad in their hand, nice shoes, you know, looks put together, doesn't have food, you know, regression, doesn't have anger, doesn't have hostility. It's different. It's different when they get told that the children are the best children they've ever had in 30 years, that they were raised right, they have good parents. They're not used to that. They're used to receiving like the worst of the worst situations. So it's been different, and they really bragged on the children about how well they are and how great they are, and how, you know, how they've done. I just pray for them. I pray that when they come, I went over and got more, and I had some. So it's just different. It's different to have children. Like, I spoke to one of the foster men. He was like, I don't know if it's her son or if it's her husband. I don't know. But he said, man, you guys look just like your mama. I said, man, you're her spitting image. And I feel like the other little boys that are in the home, they've never had parents. So I feel like the one that was physically and verbally abusing Andy, and a lot of issues deep down. And I feel like it's different to get children in the home that are loved and wanting to happen like this. So I feel like it was jealousy. I feel like he was taking it out on Andy because he's jealous. Junior was in the shower when that happened the other night, and I feel like it was solely out of jealousy. The foster mom told the boys that they didn't deserve to be there, and she was going to help us try to find a house too. That these children were some of the best, well-behaved, well-rounded, smart, mature, helpful children. She told me multiple times that they were better cleaners than she is. Yeah, everything on the website's ready. Yeah. I'm working on more stuff. Once I get all this situated, ribbon situated, there'll be many more designs made. I'm going to try to go by and get that sewing machine today and start trying to sew some scrunchies at least. That way some women can get scrunchies if they don't have anything for bows. I want to try to make the adult bows I've been asked about. If I can get the embroidery to work. Okay, I will look on there. Okay, Sweet Pea, send it to me. I'm not sure we're going to live down this way because of family, but I'll look at anything and text anybody about anything at the moment. I don't care where it's at. I'm interested. We're not being picky at the moment. We'd prefer down this way, Wayne County, Lawrenceburg, Columbia, over into Alabama a little bit. But we're looking now about an hour out from here. He don't want to drive an hour, but if he has to, we will. And land. If you can find any land. At this point, he said he could get it cleared. I didn't think we could, but he said we could get it cleared. He has somebody that he talked to that he knows really well that will clear it. So if anybody has any decent land, like, off the road, maybe already partially cleared or somewhat cleared, we will definitely be interested because we're wanting our forever home also. We don't want to have to move states, but if it comes to that, we will. Kevin really feels like he missed the opportunity, to be honest. Remember back when I told y'all a couple months ago that he got offered to go to Texas, but it wasn't no opportunity, to be honest. Remember back when I told y'all a couple months ago that he got offered to go to Texas, but it was just an opportunity. He got offered to go to Texas, but he went down there as a white hat. It was just a supervisor over Kevin. Kevin could have been a supervisor, but he wouldn't get overtime because it's salary. So he said no, he wasn't going for any, without extra pay and leaving us behind because we were going through all that stuff at the time. Well, that man went down there and fixed it all, and they made him plant manager. So if Kevin feels like if he would have went down there and fixed it, he would be the one plant manager right now. But he wouldn't have been here when his mom died. He probably wouldn't have been here when all this eviction happened. So God has a plan for us, and it'll all work out. Oh, okay. There's an elephant.
There's a certain quality of disbelief that comes with seeing things that don't belong in everyday life.
Oh my God.
And for residents of Butte, Montana Tuesday, like Matea Smith, who was driving with her husband, an elephant
Montana, I
down
thought
the
it was
street
Africa.
definitely fit the bill.
He was like, oh my gosh, there's an elephant. And I kind of was joking with him, and I thought it was in the parking lot. Then he was like, no, there's an elephant. So I looked up, and I was like, oh, there is an elephant in the road.
The manager of the Civic Center, where the Jordan World Circus was staging, confirming to NBC affiliate KECI, the giant animal apparently got spooked by the sound of a truck backfiring during a bath and bolted.
So set the scene for me, right? You see the elephant coming down the street, and then how long after are
I don't know,
also
Lovey.
pursuing Viola?
We're looking for a
30
house
seconds
because we got to
behind
have
her, but the
permanent
problem is that
housing.
an elephant's much faster than a human, so you see the elephant get into the road, and by the time she's over by the casino, her handlers are just running out as fast as they can.
Once Viola popped up on this gas station security camera,
How long after?
Casino, her handlers are
gas station security camera,
Window.
and then trotted right by the casino. All bets were off. Witnesses say the whole circus-like scene lasted around 20 minutes before the powerful pachyderm was safely recaptured. Jordan World Circus did not respond to NBC News' request for comment, but their website showed a scheduled stop in Butte the same day as Viola's
Oh,
escape. Now
she
it's a tall tale for a
traveled.
town of 35,000 accustomed to
Gotcha.
seeing plenty of animals,
typically you see moose and coyotes, lots of bear.
but nothing quite like this.
I will never forget this. It's not every
That would
day
be
you
funny.
get to see an elephant just wander through your hometown.
And the chase, if you want to call it that, ended outside of someone's apartment complex. The local sheriff...
25-year-old Shannon has lost her baby girl. 4 nights ago, she took her to a restaurant, and she hasn't seen her since.
What?
Some of the customers noticed that I was acting a little bit off. I was approached by 2 officers. They decided to take me to jail.
Mother apparently had a bag full of different medications.
Shannon's child is now in the hands of the Los Angeles Department of Children and Family Services, DCFS. Do you think that you deserve to have your daughter taken away from you?
Yay!
I
got an order. I got an order. I got an order. I got an
What
order.
happens when a parent
I got
puts their
an
child
order.
at risk?
Yeah, I got
When
an
the
order.
state becomes
I got-
responsible
I got-
for
I
the
see
future
you.
of a family.
I got an order.
Los Angeles County has the
Give me just a
largest
minute, we'll
foster care
package it.
system in the country, but it's been described as a system in crisis.
So excited. Thank you. That's like my
We've been
12th
given
order.
an unpressited look inside a system
And I've
that
had
is
my
under
website,
fire,
like, pushing my
struggling
website for
to
only
care
3
for
days.
thousands of children.
I know it's you.
We'll explore
That's what I
what's
said.
gone
I
wrong.
see you.
Every worker feels the sense of having no
You'll be
support.
hated on,
And
so
what the system is getting
that's why I
right.
say you don't got to
From
say if you
social
bought
workers
from
on
me.
the
I just
front
say, I got an
lines.
order.
calling from the
And you know what
Department
your
of
order
Children and
number
Family
is. So if I
Services.
say that,
Please
don't
regarding
feel
allegations
don't
of
feel
child
obligated to say who you are, because they will hate on you. They will attack. They will be in your messages. So just come in here and say, hey, or, you know, I see you, or just say something that, you know, I'll know. Okay, I didn't think you did, but I just hate that they're harassing people. You know, it makes me feel bad.
That's why I won't stop until I get them back.
America.
What was her
It can be
reasoning of her
inspired.
kids being gone?
What's gone wrong,
Every worker feels the sense of having no support.
and what the system is getting right. From social workers on the front lines
I'm calling from the Department of Children and Family Services. I need the police regarding allegations of child abuse.
to foster parents who step in at a moment's notice.
They need to feel safe. They need to know that they're loved.
I know you know that word.
To mothers
I know you know that word.
to mothers fighting to put their
Get them back.
America. It can be inspiring and beautiful. It can also be
Well,
dark
thank
and
you.
ugly. It's so many things, but it's ours. It's our America.
I appreciate y'all more than you know, and I feel like my excuses or my reasoning for not being able to do
Los
more
Angeles County
prior
population
is now not
9.9
here.
million.
So if I'm
It's a
not
dense
successful
labyrinth of
in the
cities
3
and
months that
neighborhoods covering more than
we're working on
4,000
things,
square miles, and it's
then
home
really
to
it's me.
2.5 million
I should just give
children.
it up and stop.
When their families fail to care for them, it's the job of DCFS to step in.
I feel like I've came this far, and I've almost shipped to all 50 states.
Hotline receives
That
as many as 1,000 calls a
if my
day.
website gets
And when
seen
there's a
and starts
substantial threat
getting,
of
you know,
danger,
busy,
it's a social worker who
our lives
drives
could really
out to
change.
investigate.
So I'm
So what do
hoping
we
for
know
that.
about this case?
The mother
was spotted at a restaurant under the influence of some type of substance and was driving with her 10-month-old child.
Vasone and I are heading to the Culver City police station, where a mother and her baby have been taken into custody.
Again, all we need is a house,
years as an emergency response worker.
prove the children were on track in homeschool, and get the harassers situated.
Hundreds of children from dangerous homes.
Our home was not dangerous.
To separate a child from their parent is never an easy one. We're not allowed to bring cameras into the police station, so Vasone has gone in. She's going to try and talk to the mother and see if they have any relatives in the area. If not, there's a very good chance that Vasone will be leaving this police station with a baby in her arms. Daylight slips away as we wait. And when Vasone emerges, she's not alone.
Okay, I'll go this way.
Our foster caseworker told us she was very surprised about how many people showed up for our kids.
This is baby Lily.
12 people showed up for our kids.
Her mother is inside, still detained, and still under the influence.
She's a former heroin addict.
Oh.
And she said the combination of some of the medication that she's taken has left her lethargic and pretty much out of it. But the good thing is, she appears to be
oh, she's so beautiful. Look at her.
There's no relatives in the area that are able to care for her. So Vasone is taking her to the DCFS.
I'm glad that she's young enough she won't remember it.
Children entering the system. Oh, what's wrong, baby girl? This baby, in many ways, is sort of in limbo right now.
Yes.
For the next 24 hours, who knows where she could end up?
I do know that there's a grandmother, but she's in Utah. She's trying to make her way here. You're ready, huh? I'm gonna take your ball.
We don't talk to the little boys. We have, but we don't because it makes them inconsolable. They don't sleep at night after we talk to them. The foster mom sends us pictures, but that's it. Trustin looks very sad. Neelan's very sad. But we decided after Saturday not to call back because Saturday they were just, she couldn't get him to sleep Saturday night. And they went to church on Sunday and he was just sad all day Sunday. We do have the other kids calling though. Natty got to talk to him last night for the first time. Andy and Junior's been talking to him regularly. So I think that will be the most helpful, that their brother and sister's talking to them. And I think that them being together is going to help them heal over the 2-week separation.
Lies in the hands of a social worker at the DCFS command post.
We're worried about all of them, but we're worried about them the most because they can't express themselves. They don't know how to explain what happened to them while they were there. You know, they don't know. Neelan told us that Trustin screams every night. That he won't go to sleep every night. He wants Dad.
Within 24 hours of bringing them to the Welcome Center. But it can often take much longer. And tonight, there are 8 other children over the age of 12.
It's been 2 weeks. It'll be 2 weeks Monday.
An office building and a place of last resort. Kids over 12 years old who are awaiting placement have
and like, we're afraid that when we go visit them at the family's house, they're still going to wonder why they can't go with us, you know? No, they're not. I'm very worried. Like, very. That's why I get on here to try to get my mind off of it, because I can't call them because it upsets them. You know, she don't really respond all day. She just texts, you know, once a day or so, once or twice a day to let us know they're okay.
Calling to find out if you had any vacancies for a 10-month-old baby girl. If you can't give me a call back.
While Lily settles in for the night, there's no sign of things slowing down for the Welcome Center staff. Jackie is the supervisor here tonight, and her job is non-stop.
Here are your 3 packets. Let's make sure that they're accurate.
Jackie, it's 10 p.m. on a Sunday night. It seems a little frantic in here right now. What's happening?
What's happening is we're moving 3 kids out. We actually have foster care placement for them. And so we've got our driver here.
After hours of working the phone lines, DCFS has finally found families willing to take in some of the children here. But in one case, the news is heartbreaking for 2 siblings trying to stay together.
Natty got put in a a hold place where all the kids go when they don't have placement. The boys got dropped off, and she got put in like a compound with like 100 kids, 50 kids, 50 kids that didn't have placement for the night.
Was just placed, and the older sister has to stay here. Older siblings are some of the hardest kids to place in the system, and
on TV, the two kids are getting separated. The oldest one has to stay at the compound, and the other one gets to go with the foster family.
We found a placement for him. We haven't found one for her. Part of the reason we had her is so they could stay together and work on that type of placement. Sometimes it happens, most times it doesn't.
Oh God, how do you do this?
It's not easy. So, it's tough.
Tonight, a sister will have to say goodbye to her little brother. He will leave, and she will stay behind.
Junior said that Trustin screamed in the car when they left the two boys at their foster home. They screamed as they pulled out.
You got some stuff? Did you come with some stuff? No? All right, let's find out.
In a perfect world, there would be a home with 2 beds for 2 siblings. But it's not a perfect world, and it's far from a perfect system. And the media is taking note.
An urgent need for foster parents in Los Angeles County.
The system is flooded with children who need homes.
The Department of Children and Family Services has been facing mounting pressure to overhaul the entire organization.
I don't think the eviction had anything to do with it.
Not only to transform
No.
the system, but to shut
It has to do with the people, not the eviction. They're happy to be gone from there. You don't understand that I moved to that location and all this started because those people and my ex-family linked up. They decided to hate and harass on me and attack me together and their little posse of friends. It has nothing to do with the eviction itself. They were ready to leave. They've been happier in the hotel than they were ever at that house. Because as soon as we moved in, it started. So they never got to enjoy that house.
The child was being abused, but somehow Gabriel was never removed from his home.
So sad.
I'm about to meet the latest in a long line of DCFS directors. A man who is now grappling with the fallout of tragedy, Philip Browning.
There appeared to be just a lack of common sense in some of the decision making by our workers. Where there would be child fatality reports where I'm thinking, how in the world could this worker have missed this? But I think
because they're focused on all the calls they get. We need to make anonymous calling illegal across the whole 50 states. Then they won't be bombarded and overwhelmed.
Gabriel wasn't the only child.
Their lack of decision making won't be so hard.
Conducted by a children's special
I mean,
investigation.
come on now. There's too many kids and reports per caseworker. It's common sense.
Less than 2 years.
And the anonymous calling will end up 75% of the BS calls, and your people can focus on the kids that need to be focused on.
A combination of factors has led to more calls coming into the hotline and more children entering the system. The problem is the county is running low on places to put them. Would you say you've reached a crisis level?
Because anonymous calling is abused.
To foster the thousands of children in the system?
We need to riot against anonymous calling. If anything else, we need to riot against anonymous calling. Because truthfully, they don't call a witness up unless it's a severe case. They call the parents up and the caseworker up. They don't call the person who called. Never. So what's the reason about it? Like the worker isn't anonymous, the teachers isn't anonymous. So if those people have to go and testify because they believe something to be true, everybody should else have to also. That's why when you get on the stand, you raise your right hand and you swear. Nobody who calls the hotline has to swear that this is the whole truth, nothing but the truth, in front of a judge. No, they just call as many times as they want. If you give somebody on a diet a whole bunch of cake and say eat what you want, they're going to eat it all. If somebody hates you and you give them accessibility to continue to try to ruin somebody's life at the push of a few buttons for free, they're going to take it. Things have got to be changed in the system.
The caregivers are getting pickier.
I'm talking about the system totally. I'm wanting change for everybody, not just Tennessee. Everybody. Anonymous calling should be illegal.
2 weeks, day after day, trying to find placement for her. Where I was going to McDonald's, buying her food, and bringing her downtown because we didn't have a placement at night for her. She needed a place to sleep. And that's one kid. I've got 42 other ones.
42.
So there's a real mission of acknowledging the amount of time.
42 per one caseworker.
You know, some things.
42 per caseworker. How can you focus on children when you have 42 children under you? That's more than one teacher has in a classroom setting.
50% of social
by double
workers
almost.
in Los Angeles County have reported that at times their caseloads have topped more than 40 in a single month. They argue that without more support,
how can you focus on one set of family that needs you when you've got 40-something children to take care of under you?
When a system becomes so stressed, what happens to the children it's designed to protect? Without enough foster homes, without enough social workers, can they really do the job they've been tasked with?
No.
Without enough foster homes, without enough social workers, can they really calls from command posts to different foster families, different foster care agencies? A couple in Lancaster, which is over 60 miles away from Culver City, where the baby's journey
There's
first
a Lancaster
began,
in California?
agreed to take her.
Wow.
Hi, how are you? I'm Lisa.
Hey, Lisa, I'm
nice
Isaac.
to meet you.
It's my wife, Alicia.
Hi, Alicia. Nice to meet you.
And these are the babies.
Here they are. Here she is. Hi, sweetheart. Isaac, a software technician, and his wife, Alicia, have been foster parents for 2.5 years. In addition to Lily, they have another little girl that has been with them for almost a year.
Aww.
Lily is the 9th baby for whom they provided a home. We met this baby in Culver City. Did you receive a call, or how did she end up here?
Our agency called us and said, you know, we have a placement for you. Are you willing to take her? We just said, sure, we'd take her. We'd love to have her.
It's really difficult to place infants.
Aww.
Why is the infant demographic the one that you are interested in?
My wife was in the system for a few years as a child, and my parents were foster parents. So it's kind of like our way to give back to the system and help children out.
Do you think about what this baby has been through, and not just the last 24 hours, but you know, that ultimately led to her parents losing her?
We don't judge. We focus on providing the best care she can have. And then from there, we help towards the reunification. Our goal is always to help the families get their babies back, to help them in whatever means that is.
Isaac and Alicia receive $800 a month for each of the babies they care for. But they give something that no amount of money can buy.
It's definitely not a profit-making type of thing. And you do it because you love helping out for the baby. And that's why we
Should
do
definitely
it.
be more than that.
She likes being held alive.
They need to feel safe.
It should definitely be
They
like
need to know that they're
$1,000
loved.
per kid.
They
That's
need to know that
$250
they
a
have
week.
somebody that's going to take care of them
Especially
right
if
from
they're
the beginning.
older children.
They've already lost everything. I know what that feels like. So I think that's why I can give.
When some mamas don't even get
she needs it. I know
$250
what I
a
need.
month for their
I know what I
children for
receive.
child
So I
support.
want to give that back to each baby that comes to my home.
At a moment's notice, Isaac and Alicia have agreed to care for and love this baby.
Aw.
Yet they also know she could be gone from their lives as quickly as she came. Is it hard not to get attached to these babies?
They each get a piece of our heart. And it's almost instantly. So
Yeah.
that's why it hurts so bad when they go home.
Tomorrow, the county will hold a hearing and decide whether or not it's in Lily's best interest to stay in foster care.
If they do detain her,
No.
then they'll create a
Thank you for
unification
doing
plan
that, DM.
and
For people who
she
truly
complies.
need it.
If not, we're more than willing to keep her here for
Oh, you mean child support or foster
One
care?
here.
It's one of the most important components of the child welfare system. Temporary parents for the thousands of kids that are removed from dangerous homes. But I'm about to meet a mother on the other side of the equation who is now fighting to get her kids back.
I always like how
A year
Lisa
and a half
does
ago,
things. She always
47-year-old
just
Monica, mother of 3,
I don't know,
was
always,
in love
you
with
know,
a man she hoped would be a good husband
expresses
and a good father.
So
he turned out
you know,
to be abusive.
expressively so
Had he ever hurt
kind.
your kids before?
No.
Had he ever hurt you?
Yes.
Monica ended the relationship and took out a restraining order, hoping the worst was over. But Monica's nightmare was just beginning.
He felt the only way that he could get me to communicate with him was to go to the school and take my child. That's how he lured me to the park.
Monica panicked. Her 6-year-old daughter was in the hands of someone she knew to be dangerous.
I called the police. They didn't show.
Frustrated
Oh, I
and afraid
know.
for her child, Monica
Guys,
then did something
ignore him if
she
you
now
can, or
deeply
I'm
regrets.
sorry. You don't have to follow me. You don't have to subscribe. Just ignore these people. I know who they are.
I just thought.
Most of them. Until I can get them into court,
kidnap,
I can't do
hurt
anything
her
about
or
it.
me. He didn't take me serious. I wind up firing a shot in the air. I was arrested and my children were taken into custody that day.
No one was physically hurt, but the consequences were devastating. Monica was sent to jail, charged with assault with a deadly weapon and child endangerment. With no family members to take them in, her 3 children,
Wow.
Troy, Kaliha, and Mwani, were placed in foster care.
It's a very scary
Because he went and got their
You
children,
feel
her
empty,
children,
you're
and she
worried,
fired a
you
gun
know,
up in the
are they
air and
okay?
told him to
Are
let
they
her have her
alright?
child. They took her to
How
jail.
are they feeling? Is the foster home
And took her
in? Are
children.
they treating them well?
Are they treating them
Part of
well?
Monica's concerns for her kids stemmed from personal experience. How long were you in foster care?
From the ages of 10 to 16. I remember the first night of being taken, I was very scared. Even though I was being abused, I was being taken from my home. I felt very alone and like I was being punished for something that I had no control over.
Natty.
Monica says she spent years in the system, in and out of over 30 placements.
That's why I was so determined to let them know that I would never stop doing what I had to do until I get them back. And I won't. I won't stop until I get them back.
Monica will have to convince the courts that she's a fit mother.
No.
But DCFS has given her a roadmap to follow. A reunification plan that includes parenting classes. But it will take more than just showing up.
What we want our children to change, we also want to look at ourselves. So as we set goals for them, make sure we set goals for ourselves.
The classes are not only teaching Monica how to communicate better with her kids, but have also given her insight into the events that led to their removal.
I've learned to recognize that there are a lot of different types of abuse. If I'm being abused and they're being abused, because whatever I'm going through, they're going through.
Yeah.
So the classes
True.
help you realize that you might not have been putting the kids in the best situation prior.
You definitely need to look at the character of a person that you bring into your life.
Yes.
And your
Agreed.
children's lives. Everybody's not fit to be around your children.
Agreed. Wholeheartedly.
After 6 months of following the court's orders, Monica's son, 14-year-old Troy, was allowed to come home.
No.
So you had a pretty good day today? We're starting to move on to how the human body reproduces.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the time, people are talking about ejaculation.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
So it's a pretty good topic then.
pretty good topic.
Discussion? Debate? What do you want to call it?
We're talking about ejaculation.
And what, who? Oh my God. I surely thought you said something else.
Having Troy home has brought life back into the house, but there's still
exactly,
2
brought
empty
life
seats
back
at
in
the
the
dinner
house.
table. Every night, Monica waits for 6 o'clock when she gets to talk on the phone with her daughters.
Hi, I was calling to speak with the girls, but I see you guys are not in at the time. So if you could, let them give me a call when they get in. Okay, bye-bye.
The court has decided to keep Monica's younger children, 6-year-old Mwani and 10-year-old Kaliha, in foster care while they continue to monitor Monica's progress.
Usually the girls would be in by now. I don't know what's going on over there.
Across town, it's another mother taking care of Monica's 2 daughters.
Do number 10 for me.
1, 2.
It's homework time for Mwani and Kaliha and their foster mom, Regina.
So what should go here?
Mwani is struggling with a math assignment that should be within her grasp.
Now we're going to do it backwards. What number is this?
16, 15, 14.
Now what goes here?
20.
Hey.
Since the separation from her mother,
Thank you for the
Mwani's
heart
grades
cups.
are plummeting. And she's not alone. Children in foster care often fall behind in school. Numerous moves combined with traumatic experiences can cause them to fare worse than their peers.
Yep.
Do you think the kids have been languishing in foster care?
To some extent, yes. Mwani is in danger of failing the 1st grade.
Had she ever had issues with grades before?
No. That was a battle that I have been battling for almost a year, to get them moved, to get somebody to listen, look at what's going on.
This is good.
When Mwani's grades began to suffer, Monica lobbied for a new foster care placement.
You're full? Then you don't want any dessert.
Regina has only had the girls for a week. Monica's social worker helped transfer them here, where they will now live with 3 other kids she's fostering.
Oh, I spit in your food.
No spitting.
Regina is a seasoned foster mom, and so far, Mwani and Kaliha are doing better under her care.
I always tell my kids the past is the past. We're going to focus on the future and what we can do to help you get through it.
Most of them will eventually go back to their parents.
Right.
So how do you prevent yourself from becoming too emotional?
I've learned not to put a wall up, but to nurture them as my own kids, and you still can love them, even though they go home.
Do you think that this has been the best course of action for the kids, to have them in DCFS custody?
Without having no family myself, what would have happened to my children if there wasn't the foster care system?
Good outlook, Mom. Good outlook.
Hi, baby. How are you?
I eat it.
I miss you. You did your homework? All right, that's a good girl. That's a good. It's like an army on the battlefield. Everybody plays their position. It does take that foster parent to play their role. It does take that social worker to advocate for you. It takes more than one person to win the battle. All right, well, Mommy just wanted to hear your voice and let you know that I love you. I was thinking about you.
It's too soon to tell how the girls will do in their new placement. But until their mother has proven she's capable of caring for them, Mwani and Kaliha will remain in foster care.
Good night. See you in the morning.
Across the county, Isaac and Alicia continue to watch over Lily. While in children's court, her mother braces herself for a verdict.
Before we proceed, let me just note I'm not able to start proceedings until the young people take a teddy bear home with them.
Aww.
Today is a happy day
Star
in the
judge is
Edelman
like that.
Children's Court. It's the day when, after doing a lot of work, parents are finally and officially going to be reunited with their children, and it's all happening in this courtroom.
Aww.
Michael Nash is the presiding judge of the LA County Juvenile Court.
Seeing family that came into the system in distress leave the system in a much healthier situation. That's what it's all about, and there is nothing that we do in the court system that's better than that.
It's what the courts strive for, and last year, more than 6,000 kids were reunited with their families. Today, it's all about celebrating those achievements.
At this time, the court has determined there is no longer a need for oversight of this family, and the jurisdiction of the court is hereby terminated. Congratulations to you all, and God bless you.
There are a lot of misconceptions about the LA foster care system. What do you want people to know about how the system treats and takes care of children?
What we want for these kids is what we want for our own kids.
We want them to all grow up in a healthy, loving family. That's what children need. And we have to do it in a timely way, because if you blink your eyes, childhood's gone.
Sounded hot.
And takes care.
Kidding, gone.
A mother feels those precious seconds slip away faster than most. Faster than hard, she tries to slow them down.
I know you know that word.
At her.
At her.
Moani and Kaliha are now allowed to come home for the entire weekend. 48 hours each week for the family to rebuild their ties. You guys are all so close to your mom, huh?
Yeah.
Has it been hard to be away from her? And to be away from home?
Yeah.
What about you, Troy? Was it hard for you to be away from her?
Yeah, it was around 5 months I was away. And then I don't know what happened exactly, but the last 4 days I got to go home, and then Kalia and Tibby didn't. It was just bad. I just wish it was the other way around.
Why did you feel that way?
Because Kalia and Tibby need her more than I do.
You felt like you could handle it better if you were in foster care and the girls could go home? Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it no more.
Okay. I don't have to talk about it anymore. You're going to be back with your mom soon, honey. And she's been fighting really hard for you because she wants you guys back with her. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you proud of her? You don't know yet? After almost a year of uncertainty, Kaliha is afraid to trust that her and her sister's time within the foster care system may soon be over.
You want to help Mommy get your stuff ready?
Yeah!
Calm down.
In 1 month, Monica and her girls will be back in the courtroom.
Oh, thank you.
A judge will decide if she can finally take her daughters home for good. Until then, each weekend must end with a separation.
Oh, yes. She's so good at how she does documentaries.
Every week I have to take them back. My heart is broken.
Documentaries.
Every week I have to take them back. My heart is broken.
Inside a children's court, another mother is thinking about a day she too wishes she could do over.
The basis for the findings and orders are as follows. Mother and child were apparently seated at a restaurant, and others noticed that mother appeared to not be attending to her daughter, and law enforcement was called.
25-year-old Shannon is baby Lily's mother. And today, she and her daughter's fates are in the hands of Commissioner Martinez.
When law enforcement arrived, mother found to be very lethargic and unresponsive. She apparently had a bag full of different medications. She advised that she has a history of substance abuse. It appears that mother is driven with Lily, who is not quite a year old, posing an enormous risk to Lily. I find substantial danger exists to her, and there is no reasonable means to protect her without now detaining her. Her care and her custody is vested with the Department of Children and Family Services.
Though the court would rule to grant Shannon frequent visits, for the foreseeable future, her daughter will have to remain in foster care. It's the last thing Shannon thought would happen when she moved here from Utah just 2 weeks ago, looking for a chance to start over.
In Utah, it's really hard for me to escape that lifestyle when I'm, surrounded by the people that I use with.
Shannon tells me she struggled with drug addiction prior to getting pregnant. Fearing relapse in her hometown, she and her daughter headed west to California. Shannon, you came out here with aspirations of starting new, weren't quite able to do so.
No.
Why did you need the medication?
I really love my daughter's father, and he didn't love me back. I let that heartbreak take over. I wanted to take a pill to replace somebody that hurt me.
What happened the other night?
We went to go get some yogurt. Some of the customers noticed that I was acting a little bit off.
No, I haven't, baby. No, I haven't.
And then they
It'll be just a little
decided
bit.
to take me to jail. And I just remember they had her in the front seat, but there was a window dividing us, and I just couldn't get to her. And I couldn't say bye. I mean, I was just in shock.
Shannon's mother, Kathy, flew out to Los Angeles to join her after getting the news.
The police called me and told me that they had my daughter in custody. They just said, how soon can you get down here and pick the baby up? But by the time I got here, she'd already been taken away to child services.
Shannon's mother arrived after Lily was taken into DCFS custody, and now she has to undergo her own background check to qualify as a temporary parent. Do you think that you were endangering your child that day?
Yes, I do.
Do you think that you deserve to have your daughter taken away from you?
Yeah. With that said, I do think that I deserve another chance, though. I feel a lot of people look at me and think I'm a bad mom. And, you know, truthfully, in that situation, I was a bad mom. But I'm not giving up. I'm not gonna stop trying. I'm not ever gonna give up.
And you shouldn't. That's the
In
most
the room where
important
she
thing in
and her
your
daughter
life.
had barely begun a new life, Shannon is now preparing for their time apart.
We started to pack some of her stuff away for the foster parents.
So you're going to have someone take her stuff to them?
Yeah, I want her to feel at home.
Do you understand the work that is required in order to get your daughter back?
It's hard, and I understand that, but I'm willing to do it for my daughter. She means everything to me.
In northern Los Angeles County, it's a big day for baby Lily.
Even the baby sounds happy about that.
It's been over a month since she's seen her mother. And today, Isaac and Alicia are driving an hour from their home in Lancaster.
All right, it looks like we found it.
Ready to see Mommy, huh?
So that Lily can visit with Shannon at a regional DCFS outpost.
Here's Lily. Hi.
Under supervision, mother and daughter will have 2 hours together. While they reconnect, their social worker, Katrina, will take note of Shannon's behavior, looking to see if she shows up sober and on time.
Lily. Cutie.
At 10 minutes past the hour, 10 minutes past the start of Shannon's scheduled visit with Lily, Katrina is starting to get worried.
Children belong with families, not with DCFS. Social workers try to do everything we can to keep families intact, but that isn't always the case, unfortunately.
She's
A
late.
half hour later, Katrina and Lily are still waiting.
It's difficult for everyone. Social worker, the child, the parent. I'm sure Mom wanted to see her, but for whatever reason, she wasn't able to make it. Hey, Mom didn't show up for her visit, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up, and foster parents are ready.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Hi.
Wow.
We learn later
Why
that
did this-
Shannon had relapsed. It's unclear how it will affect her fight for Lily, but her
No,
absence could
sis,
be a
you can't
setback.
relapse. It's not an
Ultimately,
option.
it's up to the courts to decide, but it's the
Shouldn't
social
be
workers that
relapsing.
oversee
That's not an
the family's
option.
progress.
That's why you lost her.
Monica's social worker, Bridget,
can't stay
is now
homeless.
preparing her final recommendation.
All the steps are significantly important. Red flags are, of course, attending all the programs that the
Can't relapse her.
red flags are, of course, attending all the programs that the parent. All the steps are significantly important.
Her entire family over those
Oh,
hurdles.
her, yes.
How can you grow if you don't jump over hurdles? Yeah, it's been hard. It's been very hard. It hasn't been an easy walk at all. I won't stop, and I don't think the next person should stop either.
Monica has taken a hard look at her life in the effort to be a better parent. But will it be enough? Her children are still in the custody of the court, and it will be up to them to make the final judgment. At the Edelman Children's Court, Monica's moment of truth has arrived. Today is the day she and Troy will find out if Mwani and Kaliha will get to come home for good.
Hi, Lisa.
Hey, Monica. Hey, Troy.
Hi.
How you guys doing? Can I get a hug this morning? How are you?
I'm good.
How are you feeling?
I'm okay.
You're just okay?
A little nervous, but
Yeah?
I'm excited and nervous and scared all in one.
Did you sleep last night?
Not at all,
Why are you nervous? You've worked so hard for this day.
because they have so much power.
Because last time you were here, you felt optimistic, but you only left the court with Troy.
Yes.
Do you think something like that could happen again?
Could. Absolutely, it could.
But you feel confident that you've done all the work required?
Yes, I do.
Inside the courthouse, Mwani and Kaliha also seem cautious as they wait for their mother to join them. 6 months ago, they were all right here, expecting to be reunited. But the courts needed more time to review the case before sending the girls home. No one wants to get their hopes up too high.
We're here today for case number 13, Kaliha and Mohani. Mr. Lopez.
The Honorable Robert Draper presides over the hearing. Today, he'll hear recommendations from the separate attorneys who represent Monica and her 2 daughters and make the final ruling.
Today, the department is recommending the court find that mother is in substantial compliance with the court-ordered programs and order a home of parent mother for Kaliha and Mwani.
I did speak to the foster mother and the children, and both report that the visits have gone well, so I have no objection to that.
Now, it's up to the judge.
With respect to Kaliha and Mohani, the court makes the following findings and orders. The return of the children to mother would not create a substantial risk of detriment to the safety, protection, or physical or emotional well-being of the children. The mother has substantially complied with the case plan, has visited regularly, and has done a wonderful job in working on problems that brought us here. The suitable placement order is terminated, and the children are ordered home with mother.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Makes me want to cry.
After almost 1 year spent in 2 foster placements, Monica's daughters will be going home.
Don't be crying. Don't be crying, Ashley. Don't cry. Don't cry.
Congratulations. So what is this paper?
I can take them home.
It's finally a smile out of you.
All right.
Congratulations, you guys. Really. Are you happy? Yeah?
All right.
Awesome. It's been a long year.
It's been a long time coming, but we got it. We made it.
How you feeling?
We did it. I'm so excited. I'm happy. I couldn't be happier.
In a system where so many things go wrong, we've been given a glimpse of what can go right. But each situation is different, and the challenges that land families in the system can be difficult to overcome, no matter how much a parent loves their child. Despite her setbacks, Shannon isn't giving up.
She's so beautiful.
She's been working on her sobriety and making her visits with Lily. She has a long way to go to heal herself, but her love for her daughter remains unquestionably strong.
Thank you. I need
Lily's
to use
grandmother,
it.
Kathy,
I don't know
tells
why.
us
Use
she's
it.
rented an apartment in California and is still hoping to get custody of Lily.
My heart feels like I just want to go get her and hold her and take her. I think sometimes a relative that loves her would be better than strangers, even though they're very nice people.
Lily's family will continue working to get her back. But for every child leaving the system, more will enter.
Amen.
And Los Angeles County will continue to grapple
We need to
with
make
the
national
ongoing cycle
changes
of
to
heartbreak
anonymous
and
calling.
hope.
Americans under 64 are entitled to a one-time payment of up to $1,400 from the Obamacare program.
If you need help paying bills, you can claim a $1,400 living allowance through the Affordable Care Act. Only 12% of Americans have claimed this government benefit that gives them money every month. It's so easy. Here's how you can do it in 3 simple steps.